guys, it's Joshua Reviews. Staying on theme with Santa, I'm going to be taking a look at another Santa-related horror film. This one is... Okay, I'm going to be very, very, very honest with you guys because I like being honest. I did not want to look at this movie. Nope. Because I've heard from other people that it was incredibly boring. So I decided to make my friends suffer with me. So I saw To All a Goodnight with two of my buddies, and while we were watching this movie, we both had the same opinion. Oh yeah, this is a bad movie. Yeah, no, this is a bad movie. Exactly what I was afraid of. So this movie, I guess, takes inspiration from like Friday the 13th and, well, actually, no, because this movie came out before Friday the 13th, and yet the twist at the end was literally Friday the 13th. I guess that's a spoiler, but who gives a shit? You guys probably aren't going to see this movie, or you maybe already have. Who cares? I'm not going to specify who, but, you know. Anyways, but this movie, okay, so the movie is about these women at this sorority house, like Black Christmas. I immediately thought of the comparison, and they're pulling a prank on their friend or whatnot, or their sister, and in the most hilarious scene in the movie, they scare her with one of the girls dressed as Santa, and she falls over the railing, and it's literally a fucking dummy. It's a dummy, and you can see it, and the way it's shot, and the way the woman, like the dubbing, or not dubbing, but like, you know, I'm blanking here. What's it called? It's ADR. It's the ADR line where she's screaming and she falls, and you just see the dummy hit the ground. It's like one of those... You guys know Smosh, right? It's like whenever they do that gag where someone like Anthony would jump out a window and then it would cut to a dummy jumping out of the window. It was like that. There was the immediate comparison, and it was so fucking funny. But anyways, it's like a year later, and the girls start dying. But I guess they sneak off to like college dorm or whatever, and they start dying. And you guys don't care. You guys don't, because I didn't care one bit about this movie. Wow. I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like I've already said this before, but I'll say it again. Why is it so hard to keep a movie, like, why is it so hard to entertain? Why is this movie boring? Like, you are a slasher. All you have to do is give us cool kills, at least one or two characters to like, and something else has to happen. Okay? Nothing can just not happen. Like, something needs to happen. All that happens in this film are the women are literally just going around, like, hanging out and just talking to each other, but none of it's interesting. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love movies like Hellfest, because movies like that at least have engaging, like, you care for the characters. You get like a good 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes to like get introduced to them, and then you get to see them party and hang out. And I know the comparison can be made to films like this where it's like nothing happens. And yeah, nothing extraordinary happens. They're just partying at this, you know, haunted, you know, theme park, whatever, haunting, traveling horror nights or whatever. But the characters are interesting. And the stuff they're doing feels real. They feel like real people. It feels organic. The dialogue feels organic. It feels natural. These feel like characters you would talk to and hang out with. Not these girls. I didn't care for a single one of them. And it just baffles me how... I mean, I get it. This movie came out in 1980. And I'm kind of surprised it didn't, like, come out, like, I'm surprised it didn't come out when or before the Friday the 13th movie, because towards the end when the twist was revealed, I was like, that is literally Friday the 13th. And then I looked it up, and this movie actually came out 5 months before Friday the 13th. So I don't know what that tells you, but yeah. So yeah, there's a killer Santa going around killing people, and none of the kills are cool. None of them are like, whoa, look at this. It's just like, either an off-screen kill, a blood splat on the window or whatnot, and off-screen deaths. There's like maybe 1 or 2 kills. There was one kill with a propeller and a plane that was pretty dope. Yeah, I know it sounds funny. They're on like a remote island or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, this movie's just boring. I mean, there's literally nothing else. Like, okay, I'll say this. The movie's boring, but there are some unintentionally funny scenes. There is one scene where the dude bumps into the Santa killer, and he's confronting him. And the way both of the characters' lines are delivered, well, I'm sorry, the one guy, not the Santa killer, but the way the guy delivers his lines is so funny. And then when he gets killed, it's done in like this puppet combo, like type slasher thing where Santa stabs him and it goes bow, 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 bow. It does like that 80s retro sound effect where it goes bow, 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 bow. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, I don't know. If any of you guys know puppet combo, I recommend you guys play their games. They are a lot of fun. Specifically, Christmas Massacre, because that is heavily inspired by movies like this. Now, I know there are people who like this movie. Someone I follow on Letterboxd actually really likes this movie. And I can see why. It definitely is that 80s slasher thing. And, I can dislike a movie all I want. You guys know that. And I can like a movie all I want. But if you guys like this movie, I don't. Good for you. I'm glad you guys like this movie. I'm glad you guys like whatever movie you guys like. I'm not here trying to shame anyone for not liking a film. Don't get me wrong, I'll question your opinion, but agree to disagree. But I'll still have a conversation with you if by anything that means my opinion might be, willing to change. But I don't know, man. I didn't, besides a few fun, unintentionally funny moments and maybe 1 or 2 cool kills, this movie was just boring. There's nothing interesting going on. The characters aren't doing anything fun or exciting or engaging. The story is just characters at a sorority house, just kind of dicking around. The twist isn't really that engaging. Actually, I thought it was going to be a red herring that they set up early on, but me and my friends were kind of joking about it, that's too fucking obvious. It can't be that guy. And then, of course, I was, it wasn't. But I was just like, wouldn't it be funny if that guy was the killer? Because that way I would have at least felt like, that would have been like some sort of inside joke. But no, they just kind of go oh my gosh, even when it's revealed who's doing it, the motivation is just not believable or interesting. And yeah, just a whole lot of nothing. Just a whole lot of nothing. These slashers at the time were just cranked out. Studios were like, that movie, Halloween, Friday the 13th, those movies were successful. Let's just crank out some slashers. That'll be fun. I don't know, man. I didn't like this movie. I'm going to give it a D. Not awful, but not good. So, anyways, I'm excited for the next movie I'm watching. That should be interesting. Stay tuned.